Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you back to the cultural frequency, also known as Vibe Responsibly. I am your host, GL Richardson, and as you can see and or hear, I got my co-host with me, the melanated marbles. Yes, yes, yes. Jax, how you doing, sis?
Well, brother, I am well. How are y'all?
All right. I'm good. I can't complain.
I'm good.
Okay, all right. Just good. Huh? Okay, well, per
Are we
usual, y'all
blessed and
know
highly
how I
flavored?
do. Oh, here we go.
Are we blessed and highly flavored? I mean, I'm blessed and highly flavored, but I thought y'all knew that by now. I thought it was, never
I'm gonna
mind.
have to
Okay,
do that
yeah.
then. That's what that means. I gotta say that today. Okay. Um. Hmm. Always do it to me. I don't understand. Um. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
I'm
always
blessed.
good.
Ribeye, mashed potato type of flavor. Yeah,
I'm sorry. One more time.
ribeye, mashed potato type of flavor.
Ribeye and mashed potato kind of flavor. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Hey, man, we're gonna go ahead and sign out. Yeah, because I'm not. What? Listen, y'all, I'm good. We gonna stick with I'm good. GL Richardson is good. I'm not doing this with them today. I'm not. All right. So, blessed and highly flavored, and ribeye steak and potatoes flavored. Y'all got it. I swear y'all got it. Okay, so y'all know how we do. Before we dive in, I just want to say thank you once again for tuning in and all the engagement that's been happening. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you all do not know how much this means to us. When I say to go into these social media apps and see that y'all are commenting and sending text messages, sending DMs and saying stuff like, wow, thank you, I needed that. And the comments, everything from like the last episode, we had something about being a nerd. Yes, I love being a nerd. Like 3 people typed that. I'm like, okay, all right, nerd, do your thing. I'm not mad at that. So it just lets me know that we're reaching people where they want to be reached. And it means so much to us. So thank you once again for engaging. For those that have not, I'm telling you now, get on board because it's about to get funky. The first way you can get on board is definitely go to the link in our bios on social media, whether it's Instagram or TikTok. You can see on the screen right now what our handles are on the social media apps. Go there, click the link in the bio. It'll take you to the Patreon link. When you click that link, you're going to look for the little head that's shaking, the little box that's shaking. Click that Patreon, right? All we're asking for is $5 a month. That's all we're asking for. You're going to spend $5 on something bad. Come do something good with us. Come vibe with us, right? So what you're doing is when you do that, you make sure we keep the mics hot, the vibe strong, and the conversations going. That's all we want to do. That's it. That's all. Just $5 a month. It goes a long way. It's a small gesture with a big impact, helping us keep the mics hot, the vibe strong, and the culture moving forward. And with that being said, my goodness, we got another live one, y'all. Whew. So I'm gonna say this. Let me ask y'all this question. Let me ask y'all something. Why does it feel like black men and black women are talking more but understanding each other less? Why does every conversation feel like a debate? Like somebody has to lose for somebody else to win? Scroll for 5 minutes and you'll see it. Clips, arguments, division. Men ain't this, women always that. And maybe underneath the noise, there's something deeper. Maybe it's hurt. Maybe it's disappointment. Maybe it's expectations that were never communicated and wounds that were never healed. Because the truth is, most of us don't hate each other. We're just tired. Tired of feeling unheard, tired of feeling unappreciated, tired of trying and still getting it wrong. And somewhere along the way, support turned into suspicion, love turned into leverage, and partnership turned into power struggles. But what if it doesn't have to stay that way? What if the problem isn't that we can't support each other, but that we were never taught how? Today isn't about picking sides, it's about picking solutions. Because if we can't figure out how to stand together, everything we say we want, love, family, legacy, wealth, falls apart before it even starts. This conversation is for the people who still believe we can do better. So I'm going to start off like this. When did the shift happen where we stopped trying to understand each other and started trying to win arguments? When did that happen? And you can use an example of, relationship or whatever that you were previously in or you're in, just you can start there because that's the best way to start, to be honest with you. So when did that shift happen? Draw off of experiences. How do you feel like, not how, but when do you feel like it happened?
I feel like shifts happen in relationships like in just natural time, but you don't really realize it because you're too busy living life. You have kids, careers change, you get married, you cohabitate. Like you are living life and you don't realize that your relationship is shifting as you're living life, or you don't shift with life. You're still living in one space while your life is shifting to another space. So it's like you kind of like chasing a ball and you're trying to catch up, but it's already ahead of you. We don't realize that we have to shift with space and time in our like relationships. My therapist told me if my relationship with my partner is not moving forward, then it's stagnant. I should be expecting something to change, but I got to move with the change.
Okay. Okay. Be flexible. Be malleable. Let's use the $5 SAT word today. Malleable. Okay. Uh, hope I said that right, because somebody gonna get me, boy. They be getting me on YouTube.
Valuable.
Malleable. I said it right. I did.
Correct. Sir.
Okay. Well, I did use the $5 SAT word today. Okay, cool. All right, Keisha, what you got, baby?
I definitely agree with Jax. Like I see like relationships beginning to be complicated when one person in the relationship either moves forward, and want more, and then the other person does not. Staying stagnant in a relationship causes problems because when my dreams don't stop and I want to do this and I want to move on and I want to have abundance, and then this person is comfortable where they are, like if they're not on the same page, then sometimes that can cause conflict. I also believe that sometimes it's jealousy within the relationship as well. Because maybe your partner is doing all the things and maybe your other partner, you know what I'm saying, like you're not. Like sometimes that jealousy kicks in and then everything just halts, it just stops. And then that's where the arguments come in, the frustration comes in. So I think it could be a combination of a lot of things.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Keish, what you saying with saying using the word stagnant, this is what made me think about it. When you say stagnant, and I literally think of one partner moving in one direction and the other partner kind of just sitting there. Do you feel like, or in your opinion, do you feel like sometimes one partner can be stagnant and don't realize that they stagnant? And they feel like they moving with the flow. Like you feel like you doing what you're supposed to be doing, or you feel like you where you supposed to be, but you really not. Maybe the other partner don't feel like you are. Maybe they not communicating. You feel like that could be like a thing.
No, absolutely. It definitely could be a thing. And then also that other person could just be comfortable. What if that is where they want to be? What if that was their goal to be where they are? And that their partner's mind, they feel like they should want more or want to push for more. Like that's where the communication comes in at, because just because I have this job and this is what I do, that does not mean that could be my heart desires, that may not be your heart desires for me, but that could be my heart desires. That could be something that I want to do and I'm happy with it. That does not mean that I am stuck. That does not mean that I don't want more. It's just that in my mind, that's what I wanted and that's what I got and I'm happy and I'm content.
That makes sense.
Makes a whole lot of
I agree.
sense. So I'm gonna say I agree with you both, and I'm gonna say I think a lot of this boils down to communication. I think that, well, communication and expectations, right? I think that if your standard or you're feeling like somebody is stagnant, so we're not gonna say standard. I'm saying if you feel like your partner is stagnant, I think you need to communicate that. And then also, like we've also said on the show before, you can't seek you in somebody else. Just because you are a certain way, like you can't expect somebody else to be that.
Yeah.
That's very unfair. Like you can't do that, right? Like you can coach,
Right.
right? You can say, "Hey, I think you should try. Hey, I think this would be a better way." But I don't think you should sit back and watch it and be like, "Okay, well, you should be doing this because I'm doing it." And for the people out there who are saying stuff like, "Well, I don't understand how they don't understand." I want you all to understand this. The national level, when I say national, I mean across the US, the national level of comprehension just went up from fourth grade to eighth grade in adults in the last few years. I need y'all to understand that. So when you say stuff like, I don't see why she doesn't understand, you don't know what their level of comprehension is. I mean, I ain't asking you to give them no test or nothing like that because that's disrespectful in itself. But the level of comprehension for everyone is completely different. So sometimes you have to break things down to people. Sometimes you have to say it in a way where people understand. Everybody's not going to comprehend on your level. You know, I'm talking about $5 SAT words. They might be on, 50-cent SAT words. You don't know. So you have to figure out your partner, how they actually learn, how they digest information, and how they move with that information. Because, some people move, they're able to, see things done and they're able to mimic that. Some people have to read, some people have to actually be doing it. It's different for everybody, right? So just keep that in mind, especially the comprehension part, because I found myself a lot of times saying, I don't see why such and such doesn't understand. And then when I heard about that national level of comprehension for adults went from fourth to eighth grade, changed everything for me. Now I'm up here trying to give everybody the bluff, the bottom line up front, and keep it simple, stupid. I'm doing it like the army. Like I'm trying to make sure they get it. Because if not, I'm gonna be looking at you like, if I gotta pause and look at you and I gotta filter this thing, I'm trying not to call you stupid, I promise, but we're gonna work on this. So it's different for everybody. So you just have to take your time with people. Now I want to throw a spin in this first question, and I want to throw social media in there. And the reason why I want to throw social media in there is because, just like I said in the opening, when you scroll, you always see the arguments. You always see the disconnection. You always see, and it's the thing that draws people in. Drama draws people in, right? And then not only does it draw people in, people take what they see on social media or in other relationships and bring it to their relationship all the time. Chrissy just told me that such and such and they going through this. And I'm over here looking like, okay, well, you doing the same thing. Are we having a problem? No, we're not having a problem. And don't compare me to somebody else. It happens all the time. Right. So how do you all feel social media plays a part in this? Men and women are not getting along, or, you got relationship experts out there that don't have the wisdom, have never been married, but they're giving out all this advice on social media. Then you have like the gender wars on there, men versus women debates, the whole hurt people thing. And, anger creates engagement. So how do y'all feel social media plays a part in that? I guess that pulling apart of men and women in relationships. How do y'all feel like that plays a part?
I think social media plays a major part in it because it's giving you the false reality that everything is perfect or that everything is bad. It's never in the middle. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it's always extreme. Like where this relationship is so super fantastic. Like they have no problems, they have no issues, like no nothing. Or it's really bad where this couple is like super mad at each other. They beefed out, they hate each other. Like they going back and forth on social media. Like you never see the in between. You never see the season that got them to be this perfect couple. You never see the season that got them to the hate and disrespect for one another. So for me, I keep saying this over and over again. Social media is what it is. It's entertainment. And it's up to the consumers who decides on what you want to listen to and what you want to watch. For me, when I think about relationships, I think about my aunt. that's been married for over 40 something years. Yes, I'm going to call her if I need advice. Because guess what? Because they know what they're doing, obviously. And then I do understand that what works for them may not work for me in my relationship. So then you got to take some stuff with a grain of salt, because my thing is, you know, your partner. So everybody can't give you advice on your partner because they're not there with you, with them 24/7. And it's always two sides to every story. So you only hearing it from one side. So if the other person is not there to tell their side, then they only giving you the half the information.
Mm. Okay. What you think, Jax?
So I agree with Keish a bit, and to add to that, and I say a bit because I feel like it's a little bit more. I feel like, like they say, comparison is the thief of joy, where you could be
Mm-hmm.
really good, and the minute you go on social media and you see something, or you see something that you want, and now all of a sudden you have this yearning for something that's not inside of your relationship. And I feel like it kind of
Mm-hmm.
probably really started with this whole couple goal thing. And like, I wholeheartedly agree with wanting something to look forward to or attain or look up to. And that's great. But if you're with someone, you can't, I agree with you, you can't compare your partner to some person you don't even know on social media. And then, like he said, you don't necessarily know where or what they've been through to get to where they are or to do what they're doing right now. So they've shared this clip. It's either good or it's either bad. And you take 5 seconds of their life and bring it back to your everyday, and then you disrupt whatever you've already built. You can't compare your reality to somebody else's, I guess you call it like a little vision, their little
Yeah,
clip, their little 5 minute stint of life.
yeah.
It's going to rob you of your own joy every time. But your
Yeah.
relationship shouldn't be on social media the way I see it. That's just
Hey.
me personally.
I'm gonna say I agree with that also to an extent. I mean, I think the pictures, little videos here and there, cool. But if you just like broadcasting your entire life, that's no. You
Right.
just created reality TV on your own social media page. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that. What I will say is when you all are looking at these couples and doing the whole couples goals and relationship goals thing, I need you to understand, just like Jack said, well, Jax and Keith said it, this is a blip. That's all it is. It is a blip in their reality. You're getting a segmented piece of their lives. That's all you're getting. And not only are you getting a segmented piece, you're getting a what? A 1 minute clip? That's it. They got another 23 hours and 59 minutes to live in the day. You're not getting everything. They could very well be cutting that camera off, looking good on the clip now, looking real good on that reel, hugging, kissing. They don't went to Louis Vuitton, they don't went to Bulgari. You know what I'm saying? They had Maldives, and as soon as they cut off that camera, he trying to throw her ass in the water. I'm tired of you, the goosh. He trying to get rid of her. He done got back on the cruise ship, and she on the damn dock waving, "Don't leave me, leave her.
She
I'm
running.
tired
She
of her."
running
She
for the ship.
read.
She running.
She running for the
She running
ship.
towards the ship. He done told her we supposed to get back on the ship at 6. They supposed to get back on the ship at 4. He hit the dock at 3:22. She's still shopping. He tired. But they just made a video. They just made a reel. Oh, we're on Maldives, or we're here, da, 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 having a good time. Meanwhile, he trying to leave her there. It's a blip, y'all. I'm telling you, it is a blip. It is only a clip of their lives. Stop taking it so serious. And then what do you do when all of a sudden a relationship is not what you thought it was? Now you sad about their relationship. You can't even get right in your own relationship, and you sad about their relationship. I can't believe they broke up. You talking? Your partner is trying to figure out what are you crying about? Who broke up? Who was it? What happened? Who do I need to call? They all up in a frenzy because they're
Your
thinking that they
mama.
need to call family. I need to call your mama. Right? Who is it? What's going on? He talking about Jack and Jill on social media. And the first time you say, "Oh, is I can't believe Jack and Jill, they broke up." Jack and Jill, girl, find something to do with your life. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's a pillow with your
Find
head.
something else to do with your life, because you shouldn't be that invested in these people that you do not know. These are characters. You watching a whole TV show on your phone. That's what you're doing. It's entertainment. Just like he said, it's entertainment. Use it as such. And don't leave nobody on the cruise. I was just playing. Don't do that. That's rude.
If you have ever been on a
It,
cruise, there is always that one person who is bolting.
always.
I mean, Usain Bolt running from the back of the shopping center all the way to the boat, trying to get on that boat. It's
Always.
always
Because they
no.
because they was trying to get that extra bottle of tequila that they can't get in the States. It's always they get caught right in them fragrances and the liquor. That's where they get caught. They trying to buy all them fragrances. Oh, I know it's gonna be cheaper here, so I gotta get as much as I can. All of a sudden they hear that. Now they hauling them horns go off on that ship, boy.
It is always
It's
one.
always.
And the sad part about it, it'd be a woman with 50 million bags by herself.
That's why I
Nobody
said it's
would.
always the fragrances and the liquor.
She by
Fragrances and the
herself.
liquor.
All
Fragrances
these
and the liquor.
bags. And she running, trying to be the
Well,
bag lady.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny though. I watched a man. He was by himself.
Your shit.
Lord Jesus, don't turn this into a song. She turned everything into a song, y'all. We're not doing this tonight. So, I saw a man struggling to get back on the ship, and he wasn't able to run because he was drunk. So he was falling and everything. And the people on the ship were saying, "Hold the ship, hold the ship," because they could see him struggling, just getting up, trying to run. And meanwhile, holding the drink in his hand, Bobby, put the drink down.
That
Put the
is the
drink down,
worst.
Bobby.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
That is the
See, and
worst. And then you
the
go
thing
and they
about them
let you
cruise
go to
ships,
this
though,
drink so you can and get
yeah,
blitzed. Knowing you got to get back to the ship.
yeah. The thing about the cruise ships, man, depending on the cruise ship, you get 10 to 15 drinks a day. Tell you something, I got the 9 on the first day. All I wanted was water the next day. Ain't want nothing else to drink. I'm so serious. I couldn't do. I was smelling alcohol and was like, "Bleh." I was like, can't do it. All right, let's move on because we're not about to talk about me today. Not at all. I ain't putting these people in. I ain't putting these people in my business. Yep. Moving right along. All right. So if the tension is this loud, what's actually underneath it? Because people don't get this defensive unless something deeper is hurting. So are we reacting to each other or reacting to what hurt us before? Because that's unfair. Are we reacting to one another or are we reacting to what hurt us before? Because it happens. And it's very unfair to be in a relationship with someone and then get criticized about something that you are not doing at all. And all of us, I'm going to say all of us, I got plenty of stories of being blamed for something I wasn't doing. Clink, 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 clink. I was minding my business. There's a story about a man named Brady. No, listen, there's a story. I was asleep, had a migraine, knocked out, completely knocked out. Phone buzzing, because I don't never had a ring on. Phone just hum, 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 and it's on the dresser. Do you know how many times somebody got to call you or text you for a phone to buzz its way onto the floor, off the dresser? Like, it's got to shake and then fall. So after I hit a thud, I look at the phone and I'm like, what is going on? pick up the phone. And of course, when you're sleepy, how do you pick up the phone? Hello. You ain't sleep. I know you ain't sleep. I'm sorry. Huh? I know you ain't sleep. I see you on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. To the people that don't know, if you have Facebook on your computer and it's open, and or you get the notifications on your computer, which I don't now because I'm traumatized. I got PTSD behind this now. It'll show you online when a notification comes through. If you have that setting on Facebook where they can see the green dot by your name. If you get a notification on your computer because your computer's open, it'll show that you're online. So I explained this, and then I had to show the person that that's what this was. Ladies and gentlemen, stop doing this to people. If you are insecure, be insecure by yourself. Please stay to yourself. You are not ready for a relationship. You are not ready for a healthy relationship. Let me say that. Because if you encounter somebody that's doing absolutely nothing wrong, they have your best interest in mind, and you accuse them of all types of stuff, they are going to walk away from you. So to anybody listening to this right now, you are going to lose someone because you can't get rid of the last one. That last one is still sitting on your brain. Everything that they did to you is still sitting on your heart. That ain't got nothing to do with the person that you're with right now. Nothing. And guess what? That person that you're with, they're not there to help you get through your past hurt. That's not their job. That's your job. You got to unravel that hurt. You got to work through that pain. And you should do that by yourself. Stop looking to lean on somebody that you're with to help you through a past hurt, and you want to condemn them because they remind you of something that past person did. No, stay to yourself. Get yourself together. Heal. Take some time and heal. And then date again. Because let me tell you, I don't know about everybody else, but you ain't got but too many times to accuse me of something. And I don't play baseball, so I'll let you imagine how many times you got. If I'm not doing anything wrong and you just keep, I don't play baseball. You got to smooth 2 times. 2. And you hear that, you're out. Wait, I thought I had 3 strikes. No, baby, not around here. It's a different game over here. We're not doing that. Because now you're disturbing my peace of mind. And my peace of mind is everything to me. So ladies and gentlemen, because fellas, you do it too. Chill out. Especially if you got a good woman. Chill out. If you met her and she was going out, she gonna go out while y'all together. You think they're gonna stop because y'all together? You met her with her girls. They were at brunch, drinking mimosas, getting wild. And you thought she was fine. Oh, she turning up. She lit. You went over there and everything. Girl, let me get your number. I give you my Instagram. Okay, that'll work. I'll DM you. It was cute then. 6 months go by, y'all in a relationship, and she said, I'm going to brunch with the girls. All of a sudden, you remember how you met her. You ain't going to brunch. Some other dude gonna be in there trying to holler at you. Yes, they are. Because she fine. In the same way somebody will try to holler at you because you a good-looking man. You think ain't nobody else gonna look at these people that you with just because you with them? What's wrong with you? Stop. Cut it out. If you're insecure, be insecure by yourself. Heal. Get over it. If you can't get over it, leave people alone. I'm off my soapbox. What y'all think? Listen, I was triggered. Go ahead.
Got it.
First of
Like
all, you're not
sometimes
gonna
it
do
could be
me like that.
not. I was moving on. See, I was late.
Okay, all right. All right, go ahead.
I feel like sometimes it could be a little bit of both. I feel like there could be some unhealed stuff there, and then you could actually be reacting to your partner because the truth be told, sometimes people don't realize how they talk to you. They don't realize what they're saying. They don't realize that some of the things that they say can be hurtful or offensive, even though that's not their intention, and good intentions ain't never saved the soul. So you got to be mindful And I agree with you 100%. If you've been in a relationship with somebody and you got some stuff that you didn't heal, you might want to start trying to work on that, especially if you plan on being in a relationship after the fact. Because everybody's not going to want to deal with your extra baggage, and that's just reality. Everybody's not going to give you a pass. Everybody's not going to give you grace. Everybody's not going to be so understanding where they let you beat on them for 5 years, beat them up with words, whatever the case may be, and then be like, oh, okay, yeah, come on, you were unhealed. No, you can take your unhealed tail somewhere else. Goodbye. And that's more than fair to me. So if you plan on being in a relationship, got to do the work. And sometimes you got to do the work together. But you're responsible for your own healing. You're responsible for your own journey.
That's what I'm talking about. Stand in agreement. It don't take but two. That's what God said. It don't take but two.
Touch and agree.
All right. Go ahead, baby. I'm listening to you. Go. What you got to say?
So I agree with Jax. I think it's a little bit of both. So think about it like this. So say you're in a relationship, right? And for me, like it's you got to take accountability for your stuff too. So the relationship ended. So all you're focused on is what they did. Like you didn't, you know what I'm saying, take into consideration the part that you played in it as well. So with that being said, like when you go into your new relationship, even though those are signs, that does not mean that that is that person. And I always say, like, you don't know you heal until you get into that space again and it doesn't bother you, right? So nobody is in that space again because we run from it, right? Because anytime we see anything that resembles even a little bit of it, we gone. We exit stage left. And that's not fair to the new partner because guess what? That partner didn't do it. And if you have open communication and say, hey, I don't like when you do, or I don't like when you say, then it should be okay. Because if you're in a space where you cannot have that conversation with that person, then that's not your person. Like that's a problem. So I feel like the communication needs to be open and you need to explain like, hey, I don't like this, you know what I'm saying? You do this, or, they may not even know that they're doing it because guess what? In a past relationship, that person never brought it up. They never said anything, even though they probably was thinking it, but they never said it. So then you went into the new relationship and now you have trauma from the old relationship and then now you're doing triggering stuff. So it's like, yeah, you got to talk about it. Open communication.
Okay. I like. So I'm gonna throw another spin in this one. How do y'all feel about the absence of a parent in the household? How does that play a major part in how people are moving in relationships? Because let's say if a young man has never seen his mom loved in a caring and in an honest relationship, or vice versa, a young lady has never seen her dad, you know what I'm saying, love on her mom. So, or have a dad teach her what love looks like. And I'm asking this because I heard somebody say some years ago that that their wife was never shown how to be a wife. They was only shown how a man is supposed to take care of a woman. Ain't that crazy? I heard that and I was like, what? It's like, yeah. I was like, so like, how does that work? It's like the only thing that this woman that he was married to knows is how a man is supposed to do for a woman. That's what her mom taught her. So when you have that, you don't have the aspect of the woman catering to the man in the relationship. Not to say that that's all that the woman is supposed to do. Please don't get me wrong here, because they should both cater to one another. But if the only thing you know about a relationship is how a man is supposed to treat you, it's a failing relationship already. Because what's your role? Like, what are you doing? Because then at that point, does the woman only feel obligated to wash the clothes, cook, keep a clean house, and she feel like she's done all that she's supposed to do as a wife? You know what I mean? Like because it's like almost like some television stuff. Like the woman is supposed to be in the yard. The woman is supposed to do like it's crazy to me. And to hear him say that, I was like, what? So you mean to tell me that the only thing that she knows and the only way that she moves is how you're supposed to treat her? He was like, dude, it's the weirdest thing because everything else, and just like I said, everything else is, she feels like she has done everything that she needed to do as far as washing clothes, cooking, cleaning. And I'm like, yeah, but even with a man, like it's more than that. Like it's more than you just providing. It's more than you just taking the trash out. Like it's more. And when I say unhappy, I've never seen I have never run into a man more unhappy than he was. But how do y'all feel about that though? Like just I'm looking at y'all faces when I said it, y'all like, huh? It was his norm though. It was his norm. Like, and the way he explained, I'm not gonna go into depth of how everything like played out, but because I know he gonna see this. But it's like, how in the world are you living like this when you know what you want? Like, why wouldn't you communicate what you want? And if you are having these conversations, is there some type of pushback? Because, a lot of people say, well, that's just how I am. That's dangerous.
Just because that's how
That
you
is,
are, don't mean it's right or fair.
that's okay. That don't mean it's right. Like, that's dangerous. That's just how I am. Single could be how you are too now.
And we, and
So,
we,
I really got to jump in because I don't like when people say that. Like, I don't like when people say, oh, she never grew up and saw her mom love. She never grew up and saw her dad be faithful. Like, because my thing is, everybody is an individual person. Think about it.
Yeah.
So, from the time from birth to 8, right? So, they're 8. So, really, they start focusing on, okay, do mommy loves daddy? Does daddy loves mom, right? From 8 to maybe like 13, 14 is when they start realizing, okay, I want to be in a relationship. They see their friends in relationships. That's when they pay even more attention. Then after that, they pay even more attention after that. But it don't necessarily have to be your parents. It could be your grandparents. It could be a uncle. It could be a cousin. It could be a sister, a brother. Like that's just that individual person. That does not have nothing to do with nothing. That is that individual person, that individual's life. They didn't experience love because maybe they didn't want love, or maybe they just was in contact with people that didn't give them what they wanted. Just like it seems like he wanted her to be a certain way, and that's not what she was. And he was frustrated by it. So now he put this whole stereotype on her life when it possibly couldn't have even been true. She could have seen somebody else's life, because just like I had friends who said they didn't want to be like their grandmother because she washed, she cooked, she cleaned, she did everything. And they said that's not going to be them. Even though the grandmother was happy and she was married for like over 30, 40 years, in their mind, she was, like the maid, or it's the issue. She didn't go to school. She didn't have her degree. She didn't have so many different things that she didn't have going on. So I feel like each individual person experienced life different. That may not be what she wanted. He may not have been what she wanted. That's the reason why they didn't connect.
Go ahead, Jax. I'm gonna let you before I dive back here. Go ahead.
so I do feel like to an extent, having a parent or having a certain role model does matter,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't repeat something you ain't never been taught. Like, I'm just a firm believer, you cannot go and be in a successful marriage without learning some of these steps or finding it somewhere. I agree with Kish, you have to find something. There's got to be a role model, there's got to be an example or something. But what if you never get one? Like we think about the kids that we raising, some of these kids that are being raised. I ain't raising them these days who don't have any examples. They just out here free. They just out here doing any and everything. They don't have a fatherly example. They don't have a mother. They don't have two parents who are married. They doing whatever it is they want to do. I don't expect that kid to go out and get married and raise kids and be some wholesome Ivy League father going to colleges with his kids. I just don't. You don't know how to do that because you've never seen that. You have to have a desire to want that. Like, I gotta want to get married. I gotta want to seek wise counsel from married people so I can go repeat what they've taught me and apply what needs to be applied when I get ready to go get married. We all need a little example.
So let me say something before you start, baby. So I kind of disagree with that. Like, I feel like you could not have that, but you could want it. That's just like somebody who grew up with a parent on drugs, right?
Right. You got to seek it though. If you don't know it, you don't have it. You got to go find somebody
Exactly.
that is that. So while the example may not, you got to have some example.
Yeah.
You got to have something, right? It may not be your parent. It could be, prime example, why I believe godparents are really important.
Right.
People who are put in place to take and step up when your kids need you, when you can't give them what they need. And every time, that ain't just the biblical example of, if I leave this earth, you take my kid. No, that's if my life ain't all the way together and you know my kid needs a really good example, you step in and spend time with my child. You show them what happy marriages and happy relationships look like. Because I may not always have it. I'm not saying that it gotta be a parent, but I agree with you. You gotta find it. You gotta seek it. You gotta see it somewhere. Every household wasn't married from the beginning up. My parents weren't married from the time I was born. My parents got married after I was born. I physically watched my parents get married. I was old enough to know what that looked like, and I was old enough to know what it meant. So that meant I lived in wedlock for a while, and I knew what it was, right? Okay, doesn't mean my parents didn't get it right, but it also means I seen both sides. You pick which side you want, right? You get an example.
Exactly.
Now, I will say, that's why I said before I'll let y'all finish before I dive in. So there are people out there, right, who use that lack to do the exact opposite of what they see. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you live in a household where people are negative, live in a household like, you said, somebody was on drugs, and you realize what it's doing to the household, what it's doing to the family, and you don't want that for you. And as you get older, you want to be what you want to be to your kids what you would have wanted. There are people out there like that don't have the example, that necessarily can't even seek the example, but they know deep down in their heart that when they have kids and they get married, that they are going to do better than what they grew up around, than what they had to deal with, what they had to overcome. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have people that don't necessarily go back home all the time. Especially, I know a lot of folks in the military. You ask them when the last time they've been home, I ain't been home in like 6 years. They escaped, so to speak, right? They got away from what really wasn't doing them any good. And it's not to say that they don't love their families, but they needed that break. Whether it's 4 years, 6 years, 1 year, whatever the case may be, they needed that break because they had been in it for so long that it became their norm, but they knew they wanted better, right? So when you come from a home where I wouldn't necessarily say it's broken, but it's just not where it needs to be. When you come from a home like that and you realize, that, something deep down in you says, this is not right. I know this is not how it's supposed to be, especially if you see other kids flourishing. And what does it is when you go to somebody else's house and all of a sudden, mom is making turkeys, they got steaks, they got cornbread, they got, do you know what I ate yesterday? What? Oh, wish sandwich. Billy looking at you like, what is a wish, Sims? I wish I had some meat to put on my bread. That's what I had. You know what I'm saying? Like you see that, and then you see mom being loved on, and dad is very caressing, and y'all sit down at the table and eat dinner, and then after dinner, y'all sit down and watch a movie or a TV show. That's not your norm. It's not. So when you get away from that, you start getting in relationships and you start falling in love and you build this family, you build your own family. You start taking an account of, you know what? I'm gonna do this better than what I had. I want to be for them what I would have wanted somebody to be for me. So I do
Yes.
agree with you all, but there are people out there that will do the exact opposite. Because sometimes the bad example is also a good example of what not
Exactly.
to do. You know, so for anybody out there that's living that, trust me, I understand. And it happens. It happens more than we can imagine. And anybody going through that right now, man, just hold on, be strong. Things will change. I promise you they will. It's hard to say. It's easy to say than for you to get it done right now, especially if you're a teenager or college student and this is your life, right? Just know it gets better. And if you hear the part about living opposite of what you've been used to and how you grew up, that's what you're going to probably have to do in order to build the life you want, which is about to say, Kish.
Oh, no, I was about to say because I had somebody tell me that I could not give her marriage advice because I wasn't married as long as she was.
That's
I just
stupid.
think
But
that's
go ahead.
incorrect.
No, it's stupid. Go ahead.
I don't think that that's correct. Just because were
I'm going to
married
say
like
again,
2
that's
years longer
stupid,
than
not
me.
correct. Go ahead.
Like
We
how
literally
like
just
my
talked
thing is
about,
like I can
hold on. We literally just talked about the national level, the national comprehension. That's the comprehension right there. Helmet,
yeah,
crock pot,
it definitely
slow
was
cooker.
it definitely was.
Okay.
Because
All right, go ahead.
in my mind, like, you know, you telling somebody else that's married that they can't give you advice on marriage is crazy to me. Because what it doesn't matter how, even if it's somebody who is divorced, if they were married, they can give you advice because they can tell you what not to do or what would cause complications in your marriage. So just because that person is not married now, that does not mean that they cannot have a successful marriage. They actually can tell you, like, listen, don't do this because this is what happened in my marriage. Not saying that it happened in yours, but this is possible. You know, this could possibly happen. That just popped in my mind. That was crazy.
Well, I mean, you know, I think people get it mixed up where they feel like you got to be a certain age or have a certain experience in order to be able to teach somebody something. Um, I'm sorry. Wasn't Jesus teaching people? I'm sorry. I'm gonna move on. All right. So think about it like that. It's not always how old you are and the experience you have. There are a lot of younger people than you out there that have the wisdom to help you know and to teach you something. I promise you they do. Because sometimes what it is, they have gone through something traumatic enough to be able to tell you, hey, I think you should try this a different way. And it's okay to take that advice. Don't look them up and down like, I still smell the milk on your breath. Don't do that. It's disrespectful. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. The very advice that you got, you didn't take, and then it goes sour for you. You're going to think about that young person. You're going to be like, oh man, I should have listened to them. It's going to be very humbling. Very humbling. So don't just wave people off all the time. Take the time to listen because you don't know who sent that person to talk to you. You don't know why you cross path with that person. Be careful of who you shrug off. Be careful who you turn your nose up at. Be careful who you give the cold shoulder to. If somebody was sent to help you and you decided you didn't need it. All right. You got to deal with that at some point. Child. Anyway, so if we're carrying pain into every interaction that we have, how can we survive? And if healing hasn't happened yet, what fills that gap? Does ego fill the gap at that point? Ego and pride? Because sometimes that's all you have to stand on. If you haven't healed, you're standing on ego and pride, right? So are we trying to build partnership or protect pride? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we so stuck on what we're not going to do? That's the thing that, oh, I'm not going to do that. Or I'm not going to be this and I'm not. Okay, well, that right there, those words is a permission slip sometimes for your partner to check out. I don't know about everybody else, but you can't continue to say, well, I'm not going to do, and I promise you I won't be. And people get tired of hearing that, men and women. They get tired of hearing it. Now you just being put up with. I got to put up with you. Every time I drive home, I got to sit in the driveway for 5 minutes, get myself together, just so I can look you in the face. Is that the type of relationship you really want? Ladies and gentlemen, just be open to stuff. Stop being so closed-minded all the time. I had somebody say, what was it? Oh man, what is it? Submissive. I'm not about to be submissive in my marriage. Submissive don't mean that man gonna beat on you and do all the things that he want to do outside of the house. I want y'all to know that. It don't mean that. It don't mean that you a slave. It doesn't mean that. It does not mean that you are a slave and this man gets to do to you whatever he wants and he gets to run over your life. That is not what that means, ladies. Come on. Being submissive is just about the man being the head of the household. That's all that is. And him being the head of the household, ladies, let's be clear. I'm going to help y'all out. If the man is the head of the household, guess what you are? You're the neck. Guess what the head can't do? The head can't turn left or right without the neck. He needs you, just like you need him. You being submissive has absolutely nothing to do with being ran over. Nothing. Nothing. Be independent. Be who you are. Go make your 6 figures at your job. Go do all the things that you want to do. Have your own money. Have your own career. That's perfectly fine. Nobody's asking you to be barefoot and bear children all the time. No. If that is your thought of being submissive, baby, wake up. Read a book, something. I don't know. But that is not what submissive is. It's not you walking around the house looking like Harriet Tubman and you can't touch your MAC makeup. That's not what that is. You can be you. I wasn't trying to be funny. Y'all silly. You can be you. Right? Stop thinking submissive means it's like it translates into a slave. Like every time you in the house cleaning, you in there doing some no. It's not what that is. You out there looking for Moses to part water. That's not what that is. You're the neck. He is the head. In order to do what he is able to do, he needs you. It's okay to be submissive. That's all I got. What y'all got?
Can I throw a little something right there?
Come on. I'm always good for a good throw.
Here's just my little 2 cents. You take a cent and leave the other one if you want. Ladies, a lot of times being submissive will get you everything you ask for. Just trust me or not. Trust me or not. Trust me or not. Sometimes being submissive will get you everything you ask for. I have learned a lot of time men don't want to do a lot of this stuff. They don't want to manage the money. They don't want to handle the bill. They don't want to do none of that. They will give you the checkbook. They will give you the money. They will walk to you and say, "Tell me what I need to go do," and wait for you to say, "Go get me ABCD from Home Depot and come back and put it together." And they're like, "Oh, okay, that's all you need. All right, got it." It's not really that complicated. You want a soft life, but you're so busy being loud and hard that you can't get it. You won't be quiet long enough to get a soft life. I'm just saying.
She gave you the 2 cent. I'm gonna give my 1 cent on that one. Let me be honest with y'all. I love music. I love all types of music. But if every time we get in the car, you turn on Lil Jon, Pastor Troy, crunk music, using the Young Bloods, using the Snoop, you got 50 Cent playing. Hey man, hey, listen, I need I need you to be a little softer. Just a little bit. Just be a little softer. Okay? We know you used to fight dudes because you used to drink Hennessy. We know your wigs. We know your wigs used to smell like Black and Mild. We get it. All right? We understand. We know you get down with the best of them. If that man is doing his best to put you in a soft life, be soft. I ain't telling you you can't turn up every now and again, but every time you get in the car, every time you cleaning, no. Might go well, what you say? Ain't no more playing GA. No, baby. Not every time.
It's my jam. That used to be my jam.
See, we got one right here, y'all. I'm just playing.
So I'm at
It used to be my joint.
I want to ask something.
Go ahead, baby.
So I believe that pride is the problem when it comes to that sense, as far as like women wanting to be not wanting to be submissive, right? Ladies, let me tell y'all, whoever told y'all that that was a bad thing never was submissive. Let me explain why. Because just like they said, you can get what you want. Not only can you get what you want, but then you'll be in a happy space as well. Put your pride to the side. Like, it's okay to let somebody else lead. You don't always have to be in survival mode where you feel like that you have to have your hand in everything. If you have somebody that is willing to support you and you're willing to support them, that's all that matters. Nothing else matters. That's it. That's all. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Well, hey, listen. It's crazy because a lot of women say they want that safe space. They want a safe place to land. And if that's the case, then the safe space thing is not just for women. It's for men as well, right? When a man feels that he has a safe space in his woman, that's where his level of vulnerability gets high. That's when he's able to communicate with you. That's when he's able to talk to you and like really talk to you. Not just, yeah, baby, my day was fine. So what you do at work? We did what we normally do. Like I told you yesterday. No, this man wants to talk to you, right? Give that man that space. Every woman wants and desires to have a safe space, and you all deserve a safe space. Let me back up. Some of y'all deserve a safe space. Some of y'all still out there fighting dudes. I need y'all to do better. But for those that actually want the safe space and the soft life, by all means, if you're getting that, provide that for your man as well. There's nothing wrong with providing that for your man. Him knowing that he can walk in the house, put his bags down, and just sitting on the couch, and he can get on his knees and put his don't be nasty, y'all. Get on his knees and put his head in your lap and just rest his head there where you can talk. Maybe he had a bad day. He just wants to lay there and say, hey, I just want to lay here. I'm tired. You ain't got to say nothing. Don't dump on that man at that point. That's not the time to start talking about all the stuff that happened on the phone with your family and your friends, and this one talking to this one, and the relationship ain't working with that one, and you don't understand why. Don't do that. Just sit there. Sit there with them in that moment. Because I'm going to be honest with you. If I come home and I do that, and all of a sudden everything is to the left and to the right and upstairs and downstairs, I'd be like, all right, then I'm going to take a shower. Because I don't want to hear all that. I don't. I truly don't. And if you talking to that man and all that man can say is, oh, for real? Okay. You don't say. All right. Wow.
That you don't say.
You don't.
Man. Okay. All right. So how they do? For real? All right, I'm about to go take a shower. That man ain't heard nothing you said. Nothing. Because all he wanted was a little bit of peace. He wanted a safe space to land. Give him that. Give him that. You shouldn't be the only one feeling like, you running through a garden. Daisies and rabbits and, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. He want to frolic too. You know what I'm saying? Let that man frolic a little bit. Let him have his safe space. Give that man that. Right? And I promise you, that man begins to open up and begins to talk to you in a certain way that he has never talked to you before. I promise you, it's going to be so different. It's going to be so good. And you'll see that your safe space gets even better. Right? So provide that for each other. Don't just be stingy now. Don't be selfish. You telling your girls, girl, you wouldn't believe what my man did for me. And the next time they see him, he look like he lost 20 pounds. Because he's stressed out, trying to help you live your life. Looking like he on crack.
And then I'm going to give some advice too. Like, if they do provide that safe space for you, ladies, don't throw that back up in their face like later on. Like, don't come back and use that like as a weapon. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying, make it so, they don't want to come to you later on and say anything else about it. And then number two, if they come into you and you're providing a safe space and then they talk to you about something that's uncomfortable for them and say they did something or something happened, right? When you say that you forgive that person, please make sure that you all the way forgive them. Don't wait till later on and once again bring that up later on. So if you forgive them wholeheartedly, 100%. If not, then keep it moving. That's it.
All right, not keep it moving. What you got, Jax?
I agree with both of you. And I wholeheartedly feel like men in America don't get enough room. They don't have enough access to safe spaces in relationships. Some of us are not as willing to give what we are asking for. It's necessary. And so I agree. Like, it's like y'all hit all the points because sometimes it ain't what you say. Sometimes it's just being available. Sometimes you don't need to give advice. Sometimes he don't even want your advice. He just wants to know you listening. That's it. Sometimes it's just, are you listening? Do you hear me? Am I heard? And can I come to you? Do I feel seen and heard in this space? Period.
Hear that, ladies? Do you hear that? Hey, man, make a move. Also move. Do something. Right? Barbecue or mildew. Get off the pot. Do something. It ain't take all the time. Give your man that space. I guarantee you'll get a completely different man. Because there's a lot of things that man does not talk about. A lot. It's a lot of things that he was holding on to because he doesn't feel like he should have to tell you all the things. And when I say doesn't have to feel like telling you all the things, there are things, and I'm speaking just from my point of view, and I know other brothers that do this, where we guard you from. Not that you need guarding from it, but we guard you from certain things, right? We don't want you to worry about certain things. We don't want you to have to feel like you have to carry what we're carrying all the time. So with that being said, what I'm saying is if he's carrying it, you know he's carrying it, and you know that he's battling outside of the house, he come in that house, give him that safe space.
Yeah.
And a safe space ain't always catering. Like you don't always got to have the bubble bath running and the shower. You can, but it ain't always gotta be there. It's just like Jack said, just be there. Just be there. You know what I mean? Just don't unravel everything that you done heard about in the day. Don't do that to him. Just sit there. Be in that moment with that man. And I guarantee you that's how you start with a safe space. Because if that man ever comes home and he looks at you and you just sound like you speak in Spanish and you speak in fluent English, if he's looking at you like you're like a dark horsed unicorn, baby, he's looking through you. He's not looking at you. He's trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with you. Like he just came in the door. And all you got is, hey, baby. What? And all he can think is, I'm just trying to get to the shower. That's all I want. I'm going to get to the shower. I want to eat so I can sit down, chill out. It's been a long day. Right? And then you went from to womp, womp, womp. And he really needs to get to the shower at that point because he's tired of you. Slow down. Just really read the room when he comes in. That man comes in that house and the first thing you hear is, before he says, hey, baby, he done had a day. Or you hear that, whew, he done had a day. Give him that space. The same space you would want when you come in. You know, because you done listen to Cheryl. Every time Cheryl come home, that man take her shoes off. He got a robe ready and got the shower running. Cheryl get that. You ain't Cheryl and you talk too much. Shut up. I know you don't want him to say that. Provided for him. Provide that for him.
Much.
You ain't Cheryl and you talk too much. Cheryl over there being submissive. Cheryl over there providing a safe space.
And getting a soft life.
And getting a soft life. Cheryl ain't paid a bill since 82.
And the
Cheryl
only
ain't
bill
paid a
that
bill
was
since...
for the newspapers.
What? I'm talking about 35 cents and $1 on Sundays. That's all Cheryl been paying for. And that's because she wanted the paper. He don't even read the paper. And when he do read the paper, what'd he say? Baby, hand me the comics. That's all he read. Come on, man. Provide that space for your man. You shouldn't be the only one in that relationship with the safe space. You shouldn't be. There are men out here that would love to sit down with their woman and just be. You know, I don't mind talking to my baby. We talk, we laugh, we joke. You know what I'm saying? That's my personality. And I come in the house, whew, oh my God, Jesus. But I come right here and I say, hey, baby, how you doing? I'm good. Today it was, I like that. You know, I get celebrated when I come home. It's cute. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why we had problems later on in the day. Listen,
We did.
yeah. So check this out.
Yeah.
So with that being said, but none of this happens without responsibility. So if unity is the goal, are we willing to do the uncomfortable work? If unity is the goal, are we willing to do the uncomfortable work? Because the work is never going to be easy if the pieces are already broken. And understand that if the pieces are broken, when you start putting them together, it's not going to be the same thing anyway. It's going to have cracks in it. So there's work, there's polishing that has to be done. You have to have the heavy and hard conversations in order to move forward. And most people shy away from the heavy and hard conversations because they feel like, well, if I say this, then they're going to react like this. You don't know how they're going to react. Don't think for somebody else. Don't take away somebody's reasoning. Don't take away somebody's no. You don't know exactly how they're going to react. It could be in a very positive way. Sometimes you may get a, you know what? Let's put this down for right now. Let's pick it up tomorrow. Because if I say what I'm going to say right now, I think I'm going to regret it. You may get that.
Mhm.
But you got to be okay with that. Because at least they're filtering and they're taking the time to get back to you in a better way than they would have reacted right then and there. And they see that. And that's men and women. I'm not just talking about just on the male side, men and women. Brothers, you got to give women a chance with that too now. You can't just be like, oh, well, why you can't answer now? Give them a minute. Because the sharp double-edged, sworded tongue that you would get with that one, you don't want it. I'm telling you now. Brothers, if you think you slick at the mouth, women got a power when they talk. I don't know where this power comes from. Women got a power. A woman to say something to you that'll cut you too short to boo-boo. You understand? A man can say something to you, and you'll be like, oh, man, stop playing. But if that woman say that same thing, it's going to hit a little different. For example, you know what I'm saying? If you going out to the club and your homeboy say something like, man, where you going at with that on, man? That's crazy. Go change. You be like, oh, man, leave me alone. This is tight, man. I'm going to kill him with this one. Come out that room with that same outfit. And that lady look at you and say, boy, where is you going with them play clothes on? Women got a way of saying things. It's the same thing. But women will cut you deep, hard, and fast. Especially if you don't give them that filter, you don't give them that 2 hours they need to kind of just, let me sit on this. Because if you don't let me sit on this, you ain't going to like what I'm about to say. I'm telling you, fellas, get that woman time. What? Because when she say it, she going to think about something else while she's saying it. And then she going to think about something else. And then it's just going to, and you're going to find yourself sitting there like this. It's going to hurt.
You did. Yes, I did. That joint come out like a Rolodex. It just be spinning.
And she looking at you with the poker face. She ain't smiling. She ain't looking crazy. She just
Straight face.
That's not what you want. That's not what you want. That ain't even a poker face. That's like a homicidal maniac face. That's not what you want. Take your time. Please take your time. Jesus. It hurts, fellas. It hurts. But have the hard conversations, please, because it'll change everything, man. It does. It really does change everything because it's like playing spades, cards face up. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting into. All the hard truths are coming out. All the heavy explaining is coming out. This is what you need in a relationship. It's what you need. You know, the whole, well, you know, I need my privacy. Yeah, you need your privacy. I get it. The girl talk, that's y'all thing. The talk you have with your family, that's y'all thing. Got it. Don't need to know everything. And that's on both sides. But when it comes to you and that person that's in that relationship, them conversations got to take place. Is it going to feel good? No. It's not going to feel good. Will it make you better in the long run? Yep, because you're going to know where your partner stands with certain things. Have the hard conversations. Please. I'm off my soapbox. What y'all got?
I think having communication is a really big deal. And I think a lot of the things that we have talked about so far, a lot of it boils down to, are we communicating? Are we hearing each other? And are we listening to each other? You got to hear and you got to listen. We got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to talk about the boundaries, the good, the bad, the ugly, the roles, the dishes, the kids, the feelings, all of it. If you talk about it, you're less likely to run into other issues because we all know what we don't talk about and what we don't solve in communication literally turns into another issue. It just rolls over into something else. So you end up going from one issue to another issue to another issue. And before you know it, y'all done in 6 months, ain't spoke, got a boulder in the room. You don't talk, you don't speak, you're going in opposite directions. And then when one disappears and never comes home, you be like, Where did Kevin go?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin? Christina?
Mm, 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 mm,
My favorite part of the movie. Christina.
mm.
Okay.
It got me good.
Christina.
All right. I was minding my own. I was minding my black-owned business. I said, Kevin, Christina. Mm-mm. Had to hide behind the microphone. That's crazy. What you got, babe?
Um, I agree with Jax. Communication is the key to a successful relationship, marriage, friendship, whatever. You cannot run away when things get complicated, right? Or you cannot run away when you are sensitive. Just because your spouse or your significant other are saying things to you that are making them uncomfortable, that does not mean that they do not love you. That does not mean that they want the relationship to end. That just means that they have boundaries and they're coming to you with their boundaries. That's all that means. Like, you cannot be okay when the relationship is good and then want to run when the relationship is in that uncomfortable phase, because every relationship has that uncomfortable phase. So you got to be willing to put the work in and stay in and fight for it, because the same way this relationship is like that, the next relationship is going to be the same way, because every time you get in a relationship, when it gets uncomfortable, you run. So you got to make sure that your communication is up to par and be able to stay in those uncomfortable spots, because I call them spots because it don't last long. You wipe it clean and keep it moving. And you got to be willing to put the work in.
All right. That's all right, right there. Said that. I ain't got nothing else to say. That's it for me. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna go eat. I'm hungry. I'm just playing. So we reached that part of the show. That segment of I heard my pastor say.
That's
So
the mode.
Pimp J.
my God. I gotta stop saying it like that. That man do not be choking. I'm gonna stop doing that. Cause I know it's gonna be some point he gonna look at this and he gonna be like, why you do me like that, man?
We
So
love
I'm
you,
gonna
Pastor
stop that.
Mike. Just
Yes, we love you,
Yes, we do.
Pastor Mike.
fight
We definitely.
we love you, Pastor Mike. Pimp J.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we like you.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
We are Rock City. Yes, sir. So I heard my love people, love God, make a difference. So I heard my pastor say, discipline protects what blessings provide. I'm gonna say that again. Discipline protects what blessings provide.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this in the best way possible. There are people out there that feel entitled to blessings because they've been blessed before. There are people out there that feel like, oh, because he did it this time, he'll do it. No, it doesn't work like that. You can't keep pulling from the bank and not reach a point of deficiency. It happens. At some point, you have to learn a lesson. You do, right? And with the discipline for the blessings that you receive, you have to move in obedience in order to continue that blessing to keep moving around and circulating and multiplying. That blessing came with the price of discipline and obedience, honor and glory. That's what it came with. You can't just keep getting these blessings and then decide to turn your back. You can't keep getting these blessings and then go outside and keep doing the wrong things. At some point, the blessings stop rolling in. You have to conduct yourself a certain way in order to continue to get these blessings. You have to. There's no other way around it. There's no way that you can really feel like you got a blessing that you've been praying for this entire time, and then you go talk badly about it 2 weeks later. It's not discipline and obedience. What that is a fair weather person. You only feel good in the moment when you get what you got. Those blessings are going to slow down. They're going to trickle away because now he can't trust you to be what he wants you to be or calling you to be, because you're going to continue moving in this behavior. So if this blessing is the stepping stone to the bigger blessing, and you don't have the discipline to maintain and multiply the blessing where you are, what makes you think he's going to push you to the next blessing? And stop blaming the devil for everything. The devil ain't had his hand on you in 3 years. It's you. You're the problem. You're the one that keep making the decisions. You're the one that keep making the actions. You're the one that keeps going outside. You're the one that keeps going to the party. You're the one that keeps picking up the bottle. You're the one that keeps picking up the weed. You're the one that keeps watching porn. It's you. It's you. Stop saying the devil is busy. The devil ain't got to touch you if you're doing it yourself. He's okay with you being horrible. He ain't got to trick you into nothing. You're doing it all on your own. Get right. Get right. Discipline protects what blessings provide. When you get the blessing, give all the glory, honor, and praise that you need to. Multiply that blessing. Be obedient. Have the discipline. And I promise you, you'll see more on the way. All right? All right. Now, with that being said, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this show that you are listening to or watching, this is the last recorded show that we will ever do. From here on out, the shows will be live and in charge, meaning that you will be able to call in. You will be able to come up here and join the chat boxes. You'll be able to come up here, people to see your face. You will be coming up here to answer questions. You will ask questions, and you will conduct yourself accordingly. But you will definitely be able to participate. This is going to be a live and interactive show from here on out. So details will be coming out when that is going to happen, because we want you all to vibe with us. And when we make that call and when we're going to do what we're going to do, invite your friends, because you will not be out here vibing alone. You definitely will not. But the live is going to be so live. We're going to have fun. I'm going to have some things for you all. Just stay tuned. It's on the way. All right. So make sure you follow us, because we will be doing this live thing very soon. And like I said, I'll put out the information, because we're going to give you and yours, a chance to join us, ask questions, give feedback, all that good stuff. So make sure you give us all a follow, join the live, because it gets deep, it gets real. And of course, it's going to get silly and goofy over there. All right. So Jax, where can they follow you, girl?
You can follow me on all your social media platforms. DopeQueen_786.
DOPE. Okay. All right. All right, Kish. Come on. Get it right. What is it?
Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at 313_Kish, KISH.
Please don't forget the KISH. Do not put an A on it. It's just KISH. All right. So real quick, after you hit those follow buttons, got one small favor. If you've been vibing with the show, you want to help keep it growing, drop a $5 monthly subscription. That's it. Just $5. You know you was gonna take that $5 and go buy a $5 biggie bag or something. Come do something healthy with us. Come on and support us. I promise you, it's gonna keep the lights on, the mics hot, and the vibes flowing. So set it, forget it, and know you're part of what keeps this whole vibe alive. You can also subscribe. The link in my bio on Instagram or TikTok. You can see it right here at the bottom. You can see the ladies over there. And you can also find it in the description on our YouTube page at Vibe Responsibly Podcast. And hey, if now is not the time, we wholeheartedly overstand. Just keep listening, sharing, and spreading the vibe. Because guess what? Our new motto is and will forever be, you will not be out here vibing alone. So share the vibes and help us keep spreading all this love. And listen, we don't know you, but we love you like we do. And guess what? Have a phenomenal day on purpose. And we out.
Coming in hot.
Hey, 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 hey. That's what I was waiting on.